तुरीयं परमं ब्रह्म यत् तुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि।
माया संख्या तुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि।
Together, twice.
प्रज्ञानाशुक्रतानैः स्थिरचरनिकर व्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् सविष्टान् पुनरपि विषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् लीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुं मायया भोजयन्नः। माया संख्या तुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि। प्रज्ञानां शुक्रतानैः स्थिरचरनिकर व्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् सविष्टान् पुनरपि विषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् लीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुं मायया भोजयन्नः। माया संख्या तुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि।
Yat Brahma Tat Natah Asmi. Whatever that Brahma principle is there, I salute it, I do namaskara it. Now, what is your concept the moment the word Brahma is uttered? Some idea you should have, no? Where Brahman will be? No idea. At least have you heard the word Brahma? Having been born in India, can you ever miss the word Brahma? Whether you like it or not, it will come and bang on your word. Yes, Brahma. Is it not? Our, leave aside Brahma. The word God. Where is it? What is general concept, popular concept? When you say God, oh God. You ever do? Oh God. Do you do it? You look up, somebody there, like that Brahma is something here. You say, look here. This Brahma where is within you only, you know. I read somewhere recently that there was a conference of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar. Trinity and that met together. And what was the subject matter? So they decided, we hide this divinity principle. We should hide this God principle. Then Brahmaji said, what can we know? We can keep on the moon. The moon is there. Then Shiva said, look, these people will learn to fly and then get the divinity. Then Shiva said, best thing is, deep down in the ocean we can hide it. Vishnu said, look, they will like a fish, they will dive deep and what? Get it. Then Vishnu suggested, you know, keep in their heart. Keep in their heart. They will never suspect it that there is what? Divinity principle. So, this Brahma is, you know where it is now? This is not Chanda Mama story, okay? Not Chanda Mama story. There is some sense in it. You know what is sense? What is the sense in that? Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe Arjuna Asmi. Where am I? In the Hridaya of what? All people. You may say in Hridaya, how is it possible? Cardiovascular surgeon will come there, day in and day out you are doing surgeries, nowhere the Brahma Atma is there. You people are lying, you say. They can't see it. Hridaya is a seat of Antakarna according to our Vedantic concept. See, the heart, physical heart has got the peripheral region. It is called as Puri Tat. From Puri Tat, all nadis emerge. The automatic functions that take place in our system governed by nadis originate from this Puri Tat. Otherwise, nervous system, brain will be where? In the head. But this, even medical science accepts this. You start from there. Antakarana, Hridaya stands for Antakarana. Antakarana means what? Mana, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chittam. They are different functions, but essentially they are nothing but thoughts. In the thoughts, with the Antakarana, Vrittis, what happens? Chaitanya Sarupa Atma Brahma gets reflected. Because of this reflection, what do you call it? Chidabhasa. Our entire body gets enlivened. So, through this, Brahma is introduced now. I salute that Brahma. Yat Brahma tat nataha asmi. Whatever that principle of Brahma is there, I salute it. What is that Brahma? Yat Brahma naha. I give a simpler anvaya. The rest we have seen already. Yat Brahma naha bhojayan. Yat Brahma mayaya naha bhojayan ad vartate. Vartate means what? The Brahma is like this. What does it do? Naha. Naha means asmabhyam naha. To us. Who are these to us? Who are these we? All we. Called as what? Jivas or the individuals. All of us. To all of us, the individual jivas, this Brahma, what does it do? Mayaya. On account of Maya Shakti, Bhojayan. Bhojayan means don't think feeding at all. It is figuratively feeding only, but what type of feeding? Make us undergo the experiences of joys and sorrows. Here, experiencing, not simply enjoying, suffering also. Make us know, to make us undergo experience of joys and sorrow. Bhojana vartate. How does it make us undergo all these experiences of joys and sorrows? That is what was told. How? Mayaya. What is that Maya there? Maya kalpitaihi. By Maya kalpitaihi. By the who are Maya kalpitaihi? Sthira, Chara, Nikara, Vyapibhihi, Prajnanashu Pratanai. Yes, this was already seen last time. Prajnanashu Pratanai means in terms of jivas. In terms of jiva. Jivas available in terms of Chidabhasa. Prajnanasya Aushu. We have seen that. Where are they? Sthira, Chara, Nikara, Vyapibhihi. In the samuha of mobile, immobile, moving, non-moving, all embodiments in that, lokan vyapya, contacting the sense objects, lokan vyapya. So, stavishtan bhogan bhuktva. Stavishta means gross. Gross bhogas means shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, gross vishaya, sense object. We are able to perceive or interact with our external jnanendriyas and external karmendriyas. And these external jnanendriyas and karmendriyas are blessed by presiding deities. We think I do, etc. What do you think you do? We are able to see, who is working for us? Aditya, Surya. We are able to hear presiding deities are Dig Devata. We are able to lift the hand, Indra. We are able to what? Think. So that is where mind, move. Ainosham, Rudra. Like this, they are presiding deities whose power enables us to function. So that means we should be grateful to whom? All these deities, we think that we do. You don't know that. See, if they stop favoring us, once it happened, I told you. Satya Sai Baba was interacting with someone. Do you know what can I do? Okay, come on. Stretch your hand. Take it up. Yes. Take it down. Yes. Now come on. Stretch your hand. Take it up. He could not do that. Why? The power is what? Like that Yaksha story in Kenopolishan. I told you, I think I told last time. Devas got the victory. They thought that we have. Actually, it is the Brahma Tattva. It helped because they are dharmic in nature. So, to make them understand what is that, when they are celebrating the victory, a brilliant form appeared on the horizon. You are surprised. Who is this? Without our knowledge, it comes, etc. So, they have to find out. So, is it the enemy or someone? So, Indra told Agni, because Agni is Agragami, always in the front, leader is. Go and find out who is that. He went. And he should have asked, who are you? From where you have come? Etc. On the contrary, that Yaksha means a brilliant form. Who are you? What is your power? Etc. To ask him who? Agni, I told you last time. Suppose on the airport, you see Narendra Modi and ask him, who are you? From where are you come? What is your flight? Like that, Agni, fire. And the funny is, he is implicitly answering him. So I am fire. Acha, what is your power? Given the chance, I can burn the entire world. Oh, acha. He kept a blade of grass. Please burn this. What Agni must have thought? A Buddha doesn't know who am I. And he started burning. Nothing. He put his all power. He could not. Without anything, he quietly turned. Devas were seeing. Who is he? I don't know. I don't know. Then the next one was said, who are you? Why you went? Same flight. He, Yaksha asked, etc. So, then he said, who is Vayu? What is your power? Given the chance, blow the entire world. You see, please blow this blade of grass. With all his might, he could not. He also quietly returned. And I don't know. Then Indra said, these deputies are useless fellows. let me go and find out. He went. When Indra went, Yaksha disappeared. But Indra didn't return. With an attitude of devotion and supplicant attitude, who it can be? He remembered the Paramahansa. There appeared, who? Haimavati, Parvati. With all humility, Indra asked, who are that Yaksha? He says that Yaksha was none other than Parabrahma only. You people thought that because of your prowess you won the victory. It was because of his blessing that you received it. So that Indra had that right attitude to know what it is. So that is how. So all we do is enabled by what? Presiding deities. Presiding deities are enabled by who? Brahma Tattva. From the Jagat standpoint we call Parameshwara Tattva. Left to itself is what? Brahma. So therefore now look here. In short, in the waking state, we as the individual, with the help of external jnanendriyas and karmendriyas, we interact with the Vishaya and eke out our waking state experience. Yes or no? Who do you know who makes us do that? Brahma, with the help of Maya, enables us to do. When our waking state karma phalas are over, you are due for dream state, then what you do? Withdraw the sense organs and organs of action, and then you have no contact with the external world. What you do with the help of mind, you project a jagat based on your vasana. Thereby what you do? We undergo the experience of the dream world. When that also is over, and what has happened now? Because of these two interactions, waking state and dream state, the jiva wants to, you know what he wants to do? Relax. Early morning, get up, you go to office or business or thing, and then what happens? Depending on how long you work, finally, whether it's 11 p.m. or 11:30, where you come? Go. Take dinner, and then what you do? And when you sleep, what you do? Withdraw from all these things. That is what he said. Say, first, bhuktva, in the waking state. Then, savishtam bhoga, gross sense object. Punarapi, when the waking state is over, karma phalas are over, punarapi. Kamajanya, born of kama means karma and avidya. Dhishanodbhasitan bhoga. Bhogas, sense enjoyments and suffering, projected by what? The antakarana only. Bahyendriyas and Bahya Vishayas are, objects are not there. So that is, again, bhuktva. Finally, what happens? He says, sarvan visheshan pitva. We have seen this last time, okay? I'm just hurriedly going through it. Sarvan visheshan. All gross vishayas of sense object and the subtle sense object. Pitva. Pitva means ajnana, ajnate svatmani, that is what? Pravilapya. Having merged in Atma, conditioned by mere ignorance. In sleep, what happens? Where are you? In sleep. Are you aware of the waking world? Are you aware of the dream world? Are you aware of the entire world itself? No. So what is that? You are cut off from that. Are you aware of your body, physical body? No. But you are there because after waking up you recollect. So that means I am there, that is true, but with mere ignorance. That's why when you wake up, how do you recollect your deep sleep experiences? I slept well, I did not know anything. Means you were there and there was ignorance of everything. So, ajñāte swātmani pravidāpya. Having withdrawn all these in Atma, conditioned by what? Ignorance. Pravilapya. What does it do? Swapiti. Swapiti means it is what? Sleeps. In the karana bhavena tishtati. It remains in the causal state. Causal of what? Cause of gross body and subtle body. In this manner, they Tat Brahma, which is Maya Sankhya Turiya. Look, waking state, dream state, and this state are on account of what? You may say physical body, etc., but they are inert by themselves. You are undergoing their experiences. Who enables the experience to you? Brahma, Chaitanya Tattva, pure awareness principle, pure knowledge principle, Chit Tattva. Fine. You may call Atma Brahma, that is fine. But essentially, it is nothing but what? The sentience principle, pure awareness principle, which enables us to interact with the world and eke out the experience. So therefore say, Maya Sankhya Turiya. This Brahma left to itself is what? Fourth state. Fourth state? How come? With respect to three states. What else is it? Jagrat, waking, Swapna, dream, Sushupti, deep state. Are these three features of Brahma? No. Maya Sankhya Turiya. Maya Sankhya, Mayaya Kalpita Sankhya Turiyam. Turiyam means Chaturiyam. Chaturiyam means fourth. When you say fourth, you have to enumerate three. What are those three? Waking, dream, and deep state. Really, these are not the features of what? Brahma. But they appear to be on account of what? Maya. So, Maya, Sankhya, Turiyam. So, Maya. Now you may wonder, what is this Maya? The scene. Maya is the creative power of Brahma. Brahma, wielding Maya Shakti, gets the status of what? Parameshwara, Ishwara. Mr. So-and-so gentleman. From the standpoint of children, he has got a status. What is it? Father. Like that, Brahma is God. Chaitanya Tattva, free from even the Maya. But from the standpoint of creation, because it's Shakti power, it gets the status of Parameshwara or Ishvara, Bhagavan, divinity, God principle. Okay. God principle because we are translating, because in the Western theology it is not well defined. Some stray statement may be here and there, but not as defined where in our Shastras, in the Vedantas. So therefore, better we keep our original words only. Does not happen? We mean this, and someone will take it to be according to their own concept. Therefore, that you should be very careful about these translations. So there is a Maya Sankhya Turiyam. Actually, in Brahma, waking is not there, dream is not there, deep is not there. There is no question of a state free from this fourth one. But because of Maya, these three appear, and you have to say that there is a state free from this Turiya. Turiya is what? Four. Now this Maya is a big riddle. Now let us see. You know this Vedantic example. A rope being mistaken for a snake. On account of what? Ignorance of the rope. Tell me, ignorance of rope, is it there or not? Look, in Vedantic terminology, a thing which always is without being negated is called as Sat. A thing which is not at any time is called Tucham, non-existent. But at times called Asat also. Asat also is called. Now this ignorance of rope really is or is not there. If you say is, when you bring the light and see the rope, where is the ignorance? If you say is not, you are seeing what there? Snake, because you can't define is or is not. This is what we call as anirvacha. inexplicable, anirvachya, cannot be defined. How truly is or truly is not. Appears to be there but ends. That is why we call as mithya. Suppose it was not there at all, we can't use the word mithya. What is mithya? It appears to be there, on inquiry it ceases to be there. That's why we call it as what? Mithya. Now this Maya, you can't say is not. Do you know why? World is very in front of us. You can't say is. The moment you get Brahma Jnana, Maya disappears. See, in Vedantic circle, there is one story about this Maya. What is that? Olden days, not nowadays, olden days. One rich person died, of huge properties, and he left a will. He had 3 sons, only 3 sons. And he had divided his property in these 3 sons. And as per the will, all properties are distributed among the 3 sons. But his father had, 17 elephants. That was a part of property. And the will was mentioning half of it to the eldest son. Then 1/3 to the second son. 1/9 to the third son. How many elephants? 17. Now, how much it will be? 8.5. At least that elder son should have a common sense. I am getting the maximum. Let me sacrifice the half. He said, no. Can you cut the elephant? The second son is what? 1/3. 1/3 of what? 70. That also is not. Actually, he was there, what? He could have taken 5 and then said, we want it. And what? It came to blows. On the street, they were fighting. At that time, the king was going on that side, riding on an elephant. He heard this commotion. Yeah, minister, what is happening? Come on, see. What is it? Minister went and found, reported, this is the matter. Those days, judiciary was with whom? King. Not separate, is it? King was there. He came. So what is the problem? He knew, but he wanted to know from, this is what it is. Why don't you compromise? No, you want as per the well. How many elephants you have got? 17. Okay. Will you mind if I add one more? And then give you half, 1/3, and 1/9? You are not a loser. He's very happy. It's something more. Okay. He made his elephant stand there. Bring those elephants. Lined up. 1 to 7. 18th was who? King's elephant. Come on. But one thing, What is that? You will get according to the will only. Not for that. Yes, he said. Okay. How now? 18. Half. How much? 9. Come on. So 1 to 9 you take it. 1/3. How much? 6. Come on. And 1/9. How much? 2. Come on. He rode his elephant. Now tell me, that elephant is Maya. It really didn't belong to them. But it solved the problem. It solved the I hope you understood it. So, it solved the problem. So that is how it is. And peculiarity of this is, see, this Maya belongs to Brahma. Brahma doesn't belong to Maya. What is this? You tell me one thing. Have you got your shadow? No? Do one thing. Tomorrow, get up before 7 o'clock and go to an open ground and start, what is that? Walking towards west. And in between, west. And see in front of you. What is that? Shadow is there or not? Now tell me, this shadow depends on whom? You. Now tell me, do you depend on shadow? Do you depend on shadow? Suppose while going, if you depend on shadow, and shadow fell in the gutter. Oh, I'm a Brahmin, I have to take a second bath now. Do you do that? No. You are unconcerned. Or while going, a truck passed. Or what? End of the shadow. My God, I got saved. Do you say that? No. You have nothing to do with the shadow. But shadow has to do everything with whom? That is Maya Shakti. It depends on Brahma. Brahma is independent of Maya Shakti. So with that, that's why Maya Shakti cannot be defined as Sat. Ever explained why? Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, it gets destroyed. Maya Shakti cannot be defined as non-existent because Jagat is. Therefore, it is something we cannot define. All that we can do is inquire and end it for once for ever, so that you are free from the samsara. So therefore, so Maya Sankhya Turiyam, that is Maya Kalpita Sankhya. The numbers 1, 2, 3, waking, dream and deep state projected by who? Maya. With respect to them, Brahma free from these 3 states is what? Turiya. That is what is going to say. Atma Swarupa is Turiya. Distinct from all these will be told in the Upanishad afterwards. Samkhya Turiyam Tat. But what is the nature? No. Param Amrutam Ajam. It is Param. Param, why it is Param? Because it is free from Janma Marana. Free from Janma Marana. Param. Amrutam, no death for that. Ajam, no birth for that. So Param, Amrutam, Ajam. See, look here, our body has got Janma, birth. It has got death. Like that, this Brahma Tattva has no Janma, has no Marana. So that is it. So therefore I say Param Amritam. Brahma Tat Nataha Asmi. That I salute. I salute that one. So the question is here, what is the subject matter of this text? Shankaracharya, with the pretext of offering the prayer, he has told us what is the prayer, that is what? Vishaya. Vishaya subject matter. What is the Vishaya of this? Where we can find it? Yat Brahma Tat Nataha Asmi. The beginning I said, whatever Brahma, what is that? I salute. Other day we have seen Namana means what? Pravibhava, supplicant attitude, attitude of what? Submitting ourselves. Figuratively, it connotes oneness, identity between Brahma and me, the individual Jiva. So therefore, I, with the Brahma Tattva being one and the same, what does it indicate? Jiva Brahma Aikya. The subject matter of not only Upanishad, but entire text with the fourth chapter is what? Jiva Brahma Aikya, which is suggested by Namana, that is what salutation. That is what Vishaya is hinted in this Shanti Patha. Then next comes, what is the prayojana? What is the result of this, gaining this knowledge contained in this text? That is contained in the Param Amrutam Ajam. So it is Param, most exalted, free from limitations of Desha, Kala, Vastu. That is what is called as Parichinnata. Parichinnata. So, I hope you know what is meant by the limitations cast by space, time and objectivity or object-wise limitation. So what are they? You are here, not elsewhere. Are you not limited by space? Time. What is that time? What is the time? Not this time. Kala Parichinnata. Everyone has got a span. What span? Span of life. Depending on the individual. It will be a few years, it may be 100 years or more also. Before that, individual is not there. After that, is not there. Limited by time. Object, Vastu Parichinnata. A given object is different from the other. So look, I am different from the tree, I am different from the car, I am different from the mountain, like that different. All limitations, Parichinnata, breed sorrows. This is aparichinnam. This is all limitless. So therefore it is what? Ananda Swarupa. So that Param. How do you say so? Because it is Amrutam. Free from Marana. Marana is desirable or undesirable? Enjoyable or suffering? For dying and also survival. Is it not? It's a painful thing. The most painful things are two. Death is painful, we can verify by seeing others. You go to any emergency ward. Nowadays with ICU, with all apertures in the body, plugged with 100 things. That is desirable. That is, so there was a, it can be seen. Even otherwise, when a person dies, all sense organs and organs of actions are withdrawn. While they are withdrawn as if they are uprooted. When they are getting uprooted, terrible pain is there. Terrible. You can find out by seeing a dying person. This can be verifiable. Means we can observe and see, etc. But birth is not known. Birth is very torturous, is not known. Shastras describe it. If you have not come across, I have written an article on the wings of death. It is in the Rugu Vashishta website, it is there as well. Read it. It is based on Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. And in detail I have collected the matter and the consequences of it on suicide, abortion and euthanasia. So that you can find out that the people have got wrong concept about the as per the Shastra, what should be the attitude toward this, you can find in that. Right? So therefore, Ajam is unborn, means in Upadakshana form, this Brahma is free from samsara. What is samsara? State of calamitous sorrows that we undergo from, not simply from birth to death, further also in terms of transmigration. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jataresha. Repeated cycle of janma marana, janma marana, janma marana, janma marana. That is what is called as samsara. That means this Brahma is free from that. If you know this Brahma, you are free from what? Samsara. Desirable or undesirable? Don't complete. If I get Brahma Jnana, samsara will go, along with that body will go. Chaupati ki bhed puri kaise खाएंगे? कैसे खाएंगे? Don't say that. और वन डे इंटरनेशनल कैसे देखेंगे? अच्छा, फॉर वन डे इंटरनेशनल चौपाटी भेलपुरी, you want to undergo all this from birth to death suffering? That's why what? Better develop Vairagya. You have come to the point now. That is Vedanta. It will tell you, and finally come out. If you don't have Vairagya, you will not be able to apply your mind to this. Why? Come on, give me one word. I have 100 times told. Vyapruta buddhi. What do you mean Vyapruta? Preoccupied mind. A mind preoccupied in the world can never hope to gain the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. Truth. You may not like it because you want to what? 100% world, 100% Brahma Jnana. A mind preoccupied that at least is about. I may not have that disposition. At least pray. Ishvara will give you that is capacity. That's why no prayer must be know how it is there. Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham. Oh Bhagavan, please God grant me Atma Jnana, and for whatever that is Vairagya necessary, that also. If you sincerely pray, Bhagavan will listen for some time. Then he slowly will test you. And if you have passed his test, sanctioned. So that is the So that is it. So here says freedom from samsara. That is the prayojana, utility of this. In this way, so this first shloka of Shantipata reveals Brahma Swarupa, which enables us undergo three states of experiences of three states of consciousness: waking, dream, and deep state, in terms of jivas. Who are the jivas? Reflection of what? Chaitanya Rupa, Brahma only. But itself is what? Free from these three states. These three states can be equated to samsara. Experiences in the waking state, dream state, and deep state is what is called as what? Samsara. What is samsara? Free from that. And that is your swarup. Turiyam, fourth one. Because of Maya, it appears. So therefore, what does this verse indicate? Where will you go to search Brahmanam? And now tell me, this principle, whatever you call it, X, Y, Z, Brahma, Atma, Chaitanya, Chit, in and through all these three states of consciousness, is it exclusively of any in particular entity? First, let us consider humans. Oh, this is told in where? Vedanta. Therefore, this is applicable only to who? Indians. And Indians also Hindus. Is it? Any individual, any human, is this a truth or not? You may not call Brahma, but that sentience principle, that awareness principle, consciousness principle, which has no religion, which has no gender, which has no upadhis, any, that is this kind of things that limit them, is it one and the same or not? Whether the person belongs to any religion, man, woman, child, old one, young, it is one and the same principle. So that is how Vedanta is above religion. Religions are meant for certain purposes. If properly followed, it can help you to gain this knowledge. So, but Vedanta doesn't belong to this thing. It is the truth, the basis of not only humans, of all, not only living created beings, of entire objects and beings, the very basis of entire Jagat Srishti, the cosmos. Now let us proceed to the second verse. See, first verse establishes that Brahma by asserting what it is. In technical terms we call Vidhi Mukha. This is what Brahma is. Second one, establishes Brahma by Nishedha Mukha, by negating what it is not. Here, what it is told, there what it is not will be told. Now, each line 3 times, and then once together.
Yo Vishwatma Vidhija Vishayan Trasya Bhogan Stavishtan.
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 Paschachanyan Swamati Vibhavan Jyotisha Svena Sukshman.
Paschachanyan Swamiti Vibhavan Jyotisha Svena Sukshman.
Paschachanyan Swamati Vibhavan Jyotisha Svena Sukshman.
Paschachanyan Swamiti Vibhavan Jyotisha Svena Sukshman.
Paschachanyan Swamati Vibhavan Jyotisha Svena Sukshman.
Paschachanyan Swamiti Vibhavan Jyotisha Svena Sukshman.
Sarvanetan punarapi shanai swatmani sthapayitva.
Sarvanetan punarapi shanai svatmani sthapayitva.
Sarvanetan punarapi shanai swatmani sthapayitva. सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा
सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा
हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगण पात्वसौ न स्तुरीयः
हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणान् आत्मसौ न स्तुरीयः
हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगण पात्वसौ न स्तुरीयः
हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणान् आत्मसौ न स्तुरीयः
हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगण पात्वसौ न स्तुरीयः
हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणान् आत्मसौ न स्तुरीयः
Together. यो विश्वात्मा विदिज विषयान् प्राश्य भोगांस्तविष्टान् पश्चाच्चान्यान् स्वमति विभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगण पात्वसौ न स्तुरीयः यो विश्वात्मा विदिज विषयान् प्राश्य भोगांस्तविष्टान् पश्चाच्चान्यान् स्वमति विभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगण पात्वसौ न स्तुरीयः.
We'll see next time. Next Sunday is what? 22nd April. The class will not be there on account of Lonavala camp. And we are meeting now on 29th April. Thereafter, summer vacation will be there. After summer vacation, it will resume on 17th June, Sunday. And at Lonavala, I will be continuing Shatashloki, which I had taken in the past 2 years sessions. We have done up to this verse 58 already on the YouTube, it is already there. Now it will be continued and it will live telecast will be there. Timing will be on 20 from 20 to 26 morning 6:55 a.m. starts and evening 4:30 p.m. starts. It will be live telecast subject to availability of this. Otherwise it will be this Wi-Fi. Otherwise it will be uploaded afterwards some time as well. You can take advantage of that, those who are not able to come to this channel. ठीक है
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ